Hi everybody, and welcome to Tina's Healthy Cooking Class Take 3. I have my sous chef Cecile here, and we're going to say good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, because we're not doing this one live and you could be watching it any time of the day. And the cool thing is that the menu we have for you tonight could be breakfast, brunch, or dinner. So we can actually have dinner and have some breakfast type items that will be wonderful. So we're excited about bringing you some great healthy recipes tonight. So here we go.
Yeah.
All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go. All right, we're going to start with some gluten-free raspberry lemon muffins. And there are a lot of people out there that are not able to eat gluten, so this is for you. But even if you can eat gluten, these are still delicious muffins that you're going to enjoy. So we're starting out with our great stainless steel mixing bowl. And this is such a great bowl that Bone Cook brings to you. Flat bottom, handle, great size. We have 4 cups of almond flour in here. So we're starting out with that. Almond flour is a great gluten-free option. And so to that we are going to add our salt and baking powder and baking soda. And this is all measured out, and if you would like this recipe I will send it to you and it'll give you all the measurements. So we're going to add that. We're going to add 2 tablespoons of poppy seeds, and as everybody knows, raspberries and poppy seeds and lemon go together so very, very well. All right, and so is that all of our dry ingredients? All right, so we're just going to blend those together with our spatula here. Get that all nice and blended in. Okay, and then we're going to take, this calls for coconut oil, and many of you probably have used coconut oil, and it's a solid, sort of like, almost like a shortening. And so we're going to add that to our mini cake mold. I'm going to set that right there for the moment. So our mini cake mold, as we've talked about before, is so versatile. It's a small little mold that we can do so many things with. You've seen us melt butter. You've seen us melt chocolate in there. We actually have a half a cup of pure maple syrup in here already. And we're going to add our coconut oil in there. And then Cecile's going to put it in the microwave. And when I tested this recipe out earlier, it takes about 1 minute to melt the coconut oil. So we're just going to get that all in here.
We're going to put the bone
and we're going to put our octagonal bone mat so nothing splatters in your microwave, right over the top, and stick that in for 1 minute.
You betcha.
All right. Get rid of that. All right. All right, and so these are raspberry lemon muffins, as you know. So we have zested already one, and it calls for small lemons. These are pretty good sized lemons. So we did 1/2, and we have our great Le Petit grater here. It is the most amazing zester. So it has a little guard that we have here, and that slides off. And then the awesome thing about it is you slide it onto the back, and it catches your zest while you're zesting. And so far, I'm fairly new at this Bone Cook thing, as a lot of you know. Many of my customers have already bought this Petite grater, and they absolutely love it. So anyway, we're going to zest this lemon up. We already have some zest here. But these are so big, it's about 1.5 lemons that we're doing, since it called for small lemons. But it just works so beautifully. And remember, when you're zesting, you only want to get the yellow part. You don't want to get any of that white pith, because that's bitter. The yellow zest has all of the wonderful oils and flavor in it. So we're going to get that all zested up here. All right. There we go. That's looking good. And so then the thing to do with this is just tap it. So your zest is going to stay now when you slide this off. There it is in your little container here.
Does it need to go a little bit more?
So I think that is going to be just fine, because it will continue to melt.
Okay.
All right. All right. And we're going to take a little mini whisk here. There we go. All right. We're going to add in our lemon zest. And then we're adding in the juice from, I'm just going to use a lemon, one whole lemon. And I need a little knife here, don't I? There we go. All right, we'll cut this in half. And we have, and those of you that have been watching the cooking classes before, you know that I always say that the citrus press from Bone Cook is the Cadillac of citrus presses, and one of the reasons is that it's really heavy and substantial. So even if you get a big lemon like this, it is going to squeeze it so well and get all of that juice out. Yeah, see, that melted up perfectly.
Okay, good.
All right, so that is great. So we'll put the lemon in there. Whoop. And see, that's a big one, but watch how great it does with that gigantic lemon. Wow, that's a lot of juice.
That's a lot of juice. That's awesome.
We've been cooking together so long, we even say the same thing. Really, how many years have we been cooking together?
Long time.
Long time. All right, so we got a lot of great lemon juice in there. All right, and what else goes in here? Am I forgetting anything? I think we just put this liquid into our flour now, right? I made this earlier, but
Add the liquid to the bowl with the dry ingredients.
all right,
Yes, the
so that's
eggs.
all ready to go. So we're going to add that in to our almond flour. I'll give you that. All right. And then this one is great. Don't even need to use beaters. We're just going to blend this all together. Stir it up. And that almond flour really absorbs that liquid, so it's pretty easy to mix. I don't know if they can see that. Greg's over there, our videographer, my cousin Greg. They see that? All right.
My husband.
Cecile's husband, that's right. All right, and now we're going to put our eggs in, right?
Eggs. Yeah.
All right, so now we have 3 eggs that we already have broken into here and beat up. So we're going to add those, and it says to fold those in, doesn't it?
Into the batter. Yes.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to do that. And folding, probably most of you that bake know, but folding, you're just going to scoop it around like that. I don't know if they can see that, Greg. And get that all mixed in. There we go.
And then you fold in the raspberries.
Yeah. And then we're going to add the raspberries. And what I did, these were absolutely gigantic raspberries. So I actually cut them in half because they were so big. Because you want them to get spread throughout the muffins. And since they were so huge, I didn't think we'd get raspberries in every muffin. So I cut them in half. All right, that's looking really well mixed. And then we're going to put 1 cup of raspberries in there. And I have our great magnetic trio here, and I'll just show that off. So Bone Cook has these great measuring cups that stick together. They're magnetic. And then the measuring spoons, and I've shown you guys that have watched my cooking classes before, but goes clear down to the tiniest little smidgen, which is 1/32.
Yes.
Yeah.
Of a teaspoon.
Of a teaspoon. So anyway, they are a great trio. You can buy the set together, and lots of my customers have already purchased those. So anyway, we're going to fold in our raspberries. Get that all mixed in. It sounds so good, doesn't it? With the lemon and the raspberries and the poppy seeds, and it's going to be a fun flavor. I'm thinking. I haven't tried them yet, even though we baked some earlier, and I'll show you. All right, that's looking good. So I'm going to give that to Cecile, and we're going to show you some that we already did and baked up this morning. So I'm going to grab and you're going to grab those.
Yes, I am.
All right. So we already have some on our serving tray. And then here, we bake these in our deep heart mold. So these are little adorable little hearts just in time for Valentine's Day. And tonight I'm going to tell you about our special that includes this mold as a choice. So it's called Deeply in Love is the name of the special. So you get your choice of this deep heart tray or the straight muffin tray, which we're going to be using in a little bit, and I can show you. And then also, or the Flexi Flat, which we've used several times in our cooking classes, but that's a flat one with little sides that you can cook chicken, you can roast vegetables, you can do all kinds of things with it. So your choice of one of those three, which are usually $62.95. There she's got it. There's the Flexi Flat, so it fits on the perforated baking sheet, and we've made all kinds of things in that already. All right, and then it includes the natural bone salt, which we are using in everything tonight, and then the lavender honey. And so all of those items are together in this Deeply in Love. And there's our lavender honey, which is in a few of the items. In fact, it's in the glaze for these, which we're going to show you just in a minute here, for $79. So that's a special for February, started today. All right. All right, so we have some of these here. And then I wanted to show you, I left 4 of them in the mold. There we go. And I just want to show you how easily these pop out. So, you know, our molds are made of fiberglass and woven glass, and silicone, and nothing sticks to it, as you can see. And so we are just going to press on that, and it comes right out. And we are turning these upside down because they're so cute, the little hearts. We're going to just put these on the tray here. There we go. One more. And they just pop right out. And another really fun thing, you know, when you're putting stuff in the tray and it spills on here, and then you have to scrub and scrub to get this all off on your metal ones, wash this off in 3 seconds with hot soapy water, right?
Hot soapy water.
Hot soapy water. All right. So then we made a glaze with yogurt. This has non-fat Greek yogurt. It has some of our lavender honey that Cecile just brought and we showed you. It has lime juice. You've got it there.
I do. And vanilla.
Oh, and some vanilla.
It's lemon juice.
Oh, lemon juice. Excuse me, lemon juice. Well, of course, they're lemon muffins. Hello, lemon. Yeah. All right, and so we have our drizzle spoon here, and we are just going to make some beautiful drizzles. And I honestly like drizzling right on the serving plate. It's pretty, and it doesn't matter if it drizzles down there. It just looks really nice. So we're just going to drizzle like that. And these are just going to be, oh my gosh, can't wait to taste these. And just let it run down. It just looks so pretty. There we go. And then actually, this would be fun. What would be fun if we still had a little bit of that lemon that I was zesting. Where did I stick that? There's the zester. Oh, we cut it. That's right. But here, we still can do it. So we can just take this. Did you already wash that? She already washed it. But anyway, what would be fun is just to do a little more lemon zest over the top.
Yep.
Like that. And then you got that little yellow accent. Doesn't that look cute?
Yep.
There we go. So pretty. And that would look fabulous on your Valentine's brunch. So there we go. All right, so that takes care of our muffins.
Beautiful.
And I'm just going to rinse my hands off here really quickly. Yeah, put it right back there. Beautiful.
So they're in our set.
Perfect. All right. And now we're going to move on. And tonight we are going to, or this morning or this afternoon, depending on what time you're watching, we are going to make a smoked salmon, spinach, and goat cheese quiche. Crustless quiche. All right. And we are going to actually do this one that I'm demonstrating now we're going to actually do it in the straight muffin mold, and it's going to end up being little individual crustless quiches, which will be really cute. So we're going to do that. All right, so we're going to start out with our muffin tray. If you want to hand that to me.
Yes, ma'am.
There we go.
There you go.
All right, so this is our straight muffin tray, and it's so versatile because you can make cupcakes, you can make muffins, nothing sticks to it, and you can make mini egg bites and mini crustless quiches. So what we did, this has green onions, and I've already prepared 10 of them. There's 12 molds, 12 cups in here, and I'm putting the green onions in the bottom, and I've already done 10 of them. And then we have spinach, tender spinach, and I'm going to tell you, I am a little stickler about spinach. I like every stem removed because when you're eating the spinach, you need to have the stems removed. And Greg helped us out earlier today and stemmed cups and cups of baby spinach because we made another test run of this earlier today. So we stemmed a lot of spinach, didn't we, Greg? All right, so I'm just breaking that up in little bite-sized pieces and putting that in the bottom. So I don't know, Greg, if they can see that, but each of the molds has some of the spinach and the onions. Okay, all right, and we're going to stick that in the oven for 2 minutes, and it's just going to soften up the onions, and it's going to wilt that spinach a little bit before we start with add the rest of the ingredients. All right, and so we have 8 eggs here, and we've already broken those into, again, one of our great stainless steel bowls, and we're going to beat those eggs up a little bit.
The yogurt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we have a half a cup, and I need another little spatula. All right, half a cup of low or non-fat Greek yogurt that we're going to add in there. And you know, so many quiches call for heavy cream. This one has non-fat Greek yogurt. So healthy cooking. All right, there we go. All right, and salt and pepper.
And the herb blend.
Yes. All right, so we've got a half a teaspoon, and we're not really good. We really don't want to over salt this because we're putting smoked salmon in there and we're putting goat cheese in there, and both of those things are salty. So we're going to put, I think it's a half a teaspoon of salt and a quarter teaspoon of pepper. Right in there. There we go. And then we're using our fresh dill and lemon blend to put in here. So this is going to have great dill flavor. 1 tablespoon
From French pantry.
from our French pantry. Let's show them that herb blend, which we've talked a lot about our herb blends in the past, but we are using a different one tonight.
Here it is.
There we go. Fresh
Lemon.
dill. Fresh dill and lemon.
Fresh dill
right?
and lemon, yes.
All right, which obviously salmon, dill, and lemon all go together so well. All right, so we're going to get those yogurt lumps out. There we go, that's looking good. Looking beautiful. All right. Okay, we got that all whisked up. And I'm going to take my mini ladle. And one of the great things about this mini ladle is that it is it's silicone, so it bends. So when you're using it for this type of thing with a bowl, it will scrape the edge for you. So it's really a handy tool, and it's a great size for putting things into the muffin tray. All right, so I have smoked salmon, and I am using hot smoked salmon. You could also use cold smoked salmon in this if you like, the more lox type of salmon, but I happen to prefer the hot smoked, and so that's what we're using here. So we're just going to put a little generous, I should say, portion of the salmon in each one. Like that. Oh, this looks so good. Yeah, and you can't really see it, but what happened with the spinach and the onions is that it just softened those up a little bit to get those started. And that way when you add the eggs, I'm putting too much, aren't I? We'll just space this out a little bit. Make sure we have enough for everybody. There we go. That looks good. Yeah, the trick is to get it kind of evenly dispersed in these cups if you're doing the individual ones. Cecile's checking it out to see how I'm doing here. That looks pretty good, don't you think?
Yes.
Yeah. And maybe this one's a little generous. Make sure nobody gets cheated there. All right, there we go. All right, and then we're just going to take let's rinse the salmon off of my hands here. All right. So this is hot. Remember not to touch it while it's hot because I'm notorious for that. I'm just going to move it over here. All right, there we go. And then we're just going to ladle the eggs in there into each one. I'm just going to put one ladle to start with, and we'll see how we do. There we go. All right, and this straight muffin mold is so, as I said earlier, so versatile. We make all kinds of things in here. The muffins come out great, the cupcakes come out great. Nothing sticks to it. You don't have to use the muffin or the cupcake papers for it. Let's just see how we're doing. This one needs a little more. Yeah. And this one. And this one. All right, I think we got it pretty good. What else? That one. And this
I'll
one.
make that one there.
That one there. All right. And here, like I say, I don't know if they can see that, Greg, but this, because of the silicone edge on this and how it bends, it just scrapes that bowl out. I mean, there's literally nothing left in there. So it's such a handy little tool for that. Yeah, it just takes it all out. All right, so then we have goat cheese here. And one of the tricks with goat cheese is get it soft. Don't, if it's crumbly, if it's cold, it's really crumbly and hard to work with. But we're just gonna put a few little dollops of goat cheese on top of each of these little quiches. There we go. All right. I just think, and you know what I was going to say too? This is really versatile because a lot of people say, I don't really care for goat cheese. Okay, that's fine. You could use all different kinds of cheese in this. You could use Gruyere, don't you think? Mm-hmm. Or a Fontina would be great.
Would be great.
Yeah, because some people just don't really care for goat cheese, so that's okay. All right, there we go. Okay, perfect.
Oh my gosh, that's perfect.
Oh, spinach in the way?
Yes.
All right. Okay, rinse our hands off. All right, so sis, that can go in the oven.
Okay.
All right.
Beautiful.
All right, and you,
Beautiful.
all right, perfect. Okay, so we have our beautiful salmon quiche that we baked earlier in our sunflower mold. And I'm going to show you how nothing sticks, as I've said, to our molds. I'm going to show you how we flip that out so easily. So you're going to take your serving plate, and we're going to put it over on top like this. Hold on to the sides, and just all at once you just flip like that. And then this comes right off, and there is our beautiful salmon quiche. And I'm going to show you later how we're going to plate that up and serve it. We're going to move on to our potatoes, and we are going to make hash brown waffles, believe it or not. So one of the molds that we have that is another versatile mold is the waffle mold. And so if you're looking at this, you're thinking, okay, if you make waffles in there, the waffles are one-sided. And this is true. If you fill it really full, you're going to see the holes on the indentions on one side. It works great. And one of the things that I learned from my friend and leader and mentor, Teresa, is that this is, how many of you make bacon in the oven? Cecile, my sister Tracy, a bunch of us do. Greg's saying, I've never done it. Anyway, so most of the time when you do bacon in the oven, you put it on a rack, a metal rack, you bake it in the oven, then you have to clean that rack and clean the baking sheet underneath. This, of course, is on our perforated baking sheet as our foundation, of course, because these are flimsy. And then you lay your bacon strips on this, and you see as all the grease drips into there. And then you take your beautifully cooked bacon off, and all of the grease is down here. You put this in hot soapy water, and boom, it's clean. So it's really a versatile tool for that, let alone the waffles. And now I'm going to show you how to make hash brown waffles. So I already have shredded up some potatoes here. And I'm going to show you on the mandolin. And we've talked about the mandolin in other classes, but if you haven't seen it before, this is an all-in-one mandolin. And tonight we're actually using the shredding feature. So we have brought up, by moving our lever that's on this side, we've moved it over 2 steps, and it brought up all of the shredding blades. So it's shredding the potatoes, and I'll show you how it works. And it doesn't, I'm going to tell you, when you're shredding, it moves a little harder sometimes than when you're just using the regular blade. So you got to kind of press down and move it back and forth. But it shreds the potatoes so beautifully. And just keep pressing down. There we go. All right, perfect. And there we go. Oh, here, doesn't have the guard on, so don't put it back there. All right, but here we go. Take a look at those great shredded potatoes. All right, and so we already have some here, and I'm going to take these out with a slotted spoon, because one of the things you want to do when you're making any kind of a hash brown is you want to get your potatoes dry. So as you see, we were shredding them. We can get rid of that. We were shredding them onto a flour sack towel. So we're going to get all these potatoes out of here. And I was holding these in a little bit of salt water because that keeps them from turning brown. Don't want brown potatoes. There we go. All right, I'll hand you that. All right, I'm going to spread those out, and then the absolute best way to dry is to roll this up like that. You see that, Greg? So you roll that up, and then you're going to just press all of that liquid out so they're nice and dry. Okay, and then we need a bowl for that. We used all of our bowls?
We
Sure did.
all of our
All right,
bowls.
that's okay.
Okay. I didn't wash it, I'm sorry.
Quite all right. We'll use a different bowl.
Yeah.
All right. Perfect. All right, and then we're just gonna take our towel and dump those right out like that. See how easily that works. All right, perfect. And there we go. Beautiful shredded potatoes. All right, so into this, I'll move that over. There's the garlic. All right, so we're going to, we have some garlic. So we have a couple garlic cloves in here. And this is our little mini chopper that is such a handy tool. I think I use it almost every time I make dinner now. But you can chop your garlic just by turning it like this. The way to get it done the fastest is you can actually roll this across the counter like that in long strokes. And you see, every bit of the time you're rolling it, it's chopping. And you end up with this perfectly chopped garlic. It's just an amazing, amazing tool. Then our little blades come out. And we're just gonna put that garlic right into the potatoes. Already, what's not to like? Garlic and potatoes. All right. And we are gonna add one of our herb blends to this, and it is the chive and roasted garlic and chive blend. So we get a little bit of an onion flavor with the chive and a little more garlic in there.
Tuscan.
Yeah, and so we're going to sprinkle that over. And then salt and pepper. And then we have our French Pantry Tuscan herb oil. And we're going to drizzle that over. And then I like to put a little fresh into things. And so we're going to put some parsley in. And this parsley, Cecile got all the perfect leaves, and it actually is nice and dry already. But I'm just going to show you that you can put it, if it was wet, which a lot of times if you're using cilantro or parsley, it's really wet. You can put it in a little basket, you put it in here, you put the lid on, and you're just going to do, this is our, friend of mine calls this the lawnmower, because you just pull, and your little basket just spins just like a salad spinner, and it gets your herbs perfectly dry. All right, then we're going to take this out, and then we've got our blade. We're going to put the blades in, and then we're going to put the parsley in there. And honestly, if you're using a small amount, you can do it in the mini chopper. I just wanted to be sure and show you the Eco Chop tonight, because I'm going to tell you, of all of our accessory tools, this is one that gets used, and almost every one of my customers has purchased this item because it is so handy and so versatile. And you know how you're going to chop something, and if it's I mean, this holds quite a bit, but you get out your food processor to chop it really properly sometimes, and then you have to clean that. This is so little, easy, and quick to clean. So anyway, we're just going to do a few pulls here, and I'll show you that those leaves turn from big leaves into some beautiful. I'm going to do a little more. We're going to get fairly small for this. All right. Get a little bit of exercise for your arm. All right. And then there's our beautifully chopped parsley. So we're just going to sprinkle a little. I don't want too much because we've already got the herb blend in there too. All right. So we're going to mix it. And then we have an egg, right?
And salt and pepper.
I did the salt and pepper. Yep, you had it there for me. Oh, there's the egg. We beat it up. So it says to beat up the egg. So we're going to add one egg. There we go. There we go. Perfect. All right, so beaten egg. I'm going to throw that in. And of course, that's going to hold your potatoes together. Scrape that up. All right, I'm just going to mix that all together. Okay, and then the trick with this is to press it into your, and I'm just going to put some on here and then I'll show you. This is a half of the recipe. We did a recipe earlier, half a recipe earlier, and we already made 4 of these, and I'm going to show you those. But anyway, you're going to really press it down in here and try to get it as even throughout as you can. And you actually want it almost kind of see the black, what would you call these?
I don't know.
I
was
know.
just trying to
What's
think
the
of a
name for
word.
that? The little things that stick up.
That make it a waffle.
Yeah, that make it a waffle. I don't know what you would call those actually.
Have
The
an
waffle, the waffle
Spikes.
spike. Oh, there you go. I like that. The waffle spikes. That's good. All right. Beautiful. Get them really down in there. It's okay if it goes over the edge a little bit. Doesn't hurt a thing. All right. And okay, you're thinking, okay, potatoes, how healthy is that? So if you're really watching carbs, this might not be your favorite recipe. But for those of us that pay more attention to how much fat and all of that, these are not fried hash browns. These have one tablespoon?
Yes.
Yeah, 1 tablespoon of oil and potatoes. So it is really a healthy way to have hash browns. If you order them in the restaurant or you make them at home like you usually make hash browns, you're going to put a ton of oil and or butter or a combination of the two, and it's going to soak a lot of that up. Where this is in all of these potatoes, 1 tablespoon. So a healthy recipe. Okay. All right, so those are going to go in a 425 degree oven, and we made some earlier, which I'm going to show you, and it ended up being about 30 minutes.
30
didn't it?
minutes.
Yeah, so it would look. All right, so here we did 4 of these, and I have one all ready to on a plate here. And here are the other ones, and you can see they just pop right out. Look at those crispy, beautiful hash browns. Isn't that cool? I just think this is so exciting. I love these.
They're amazing.
All right.
They look amazing.
They really do. Well, and we actually took a little taste, and with all that, the herbs and that great Tuscan herb oil, delicious.
Yes.
All right, so let's get our quiche over here. Oh, I almost forgot to tell them about the fruit salad.
Yep.
Got to have some fruit. I know. So we made a delicious fruit salad. I'm going to get a spoon here. All right, so in this is strawberries, pineapple, and oranges. So I'm just going to stir that up. It's so pretty. And then we made a little dressing for it, which is right here. And we have, so when we actually did a treatment to these oranges, which is called Supremine, and I'm not going to demonstrate that tonight, but it actually is where you take the orange and you peel it, and then you take the sections out of the orange. So these are sectioned, and then we cut them in half, and then we saved some of the orange that drips from it. And my hubby Gary is coming in to be part of our audience. Hi there. All right, so we have some of our lavender honey in here, our orange juice, and what else did I put in there? Oh, and that's right, we were going to zest a little, I put some zest of orange in there, and we were going to zest a little bit of lime zest in there. Also, I think it'll give it a nice little flavor. There we go, just a little. All right, and what was that? Oh, I know, that's never mind. All right.
I do too. Now.
Yeah, all right, and we're just gonna pour that right over our fruit. Okay, beautiful, and then toss that up. All right, so I'm gonna show you this beautiful plate that again could be breakfast, brunch, or dinner. All right, so we're gonna take our quiche. And I have the little knife
Yep.
right there. Okay, perfect. Perfect. All right, and then we're just gonna cut this. I like to cut it in half first. And then I'm going to cut a nice big slab of it. All right, check that out. There's the salmon and the goat cheese and the spinach and everything. It looks so beautiful. And we're going to put that down on the plate. And then I've got some fresh dill here. And I am just going to take my kitchen, let's move this out of the way so you can see now.
I think these are done.
Oh my gosh, beautiful. I can see those.
I know.
Think so.
Oh,
Looks
maybe-
like a little soft in the middle.
Okay.
I might put them back in for just a couple more minutes.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. All right. So I'm just going to take my little prawn here, and I'm just going to snip a little bit of fresh dill right on top of that beautiful quiche. I'm going to put these down. All right. And then I have some more of the yogurt, and we are just going to put a little dollop of yogurt on there. So pretty. And then we're going to take our beautiful fruit salad, and we're going to put some of that right here. And you can either have your muffin, raspberry lemon muffin for dessert, or you could put it right on the plate here too. And there we go. We have an absolutely beautiful breakfast, brunch, or dinner. So anyway, if you are interested in any of the products that we used tonight, be sure and message me at Tina Foster Cooks at gmail.com is my email. And then if you just want to go and browse the products on my website, it is tinafostercooks.bonecook.com. Okay, thanks everybody for joining us tonight, and we will be back live on Facebook and Zoom on February 9th, and I'm going to be cooking with my sister Tracy, and we're going to do a Valentine treats, chocolate, lemon lava cakes, all kinds of yummy stuff, all sweet and delicious. So join us for that February 9th, 6 o'clock Pacific time. See you then. Bye, everybody.
Bye.